last night, 2 of the 3 grandkids spent the night, and we had a lot of fun together. It was mainly just me and the kids because...
I was on the computer playing a game with Andrew.
Yeah, so a new game. Tell them about your new game.
It's called Lost Epoch.
Okay.
And it's like a Diablo Path of Exile style game. Not that anybody out there will care, but it's fun. I've enjoyed it. It's new and it's different. And if you did like Diablo 4, this one's probably, I like it better than Diablo 4. But hey.
And didn't you say this is one that you have to play with somebody else?
No. You can play this by yourself, solo, offline.
Oh, I thought you had specifically said.
No, that's Helldivers too.
Oh, okay.
And I'm still on the fence about buying it. Every time I see somebody playing it, it's like, that looks like a hell of a good time. You know, it looks like Helldivers is the hell of a good time.
Right.
It looks really,
is that
really
their
fun.
logo?
No,
That's just your logo.
It looks really fun, but my understanding is once you get to the higher levels, to get the more rare crafting items to get the higher level stuff, you almost have to be playing with somebody. Although I see people running around by themselves on video. Of course, there are streamers that play all the time, so they're really, really good at playing video games. So I don't know. And then Andrew said that Joe has been looking at it, which is a friend of Joe and ours.
A friend of Andrew's and yours.
I mean, did I say a friend of Joe's? Joe is a friend of Joe's.
They've met Joe. Okay.
That's been way back.
Okay. Do you remember there was a company that sent us some games for free?
Oh, yeah.
Yes. So this company sent us these.
And
he played.
Yeah.
So this company sent us these free games, and Joe came over, and the 4 of us played those games on YouTube because the YouTube video's up there.
Right. So anyway, Joe said he's been looking at this game, and Andrew said, "What's that?" And it was Helldivers. So if Joe gets into that, and maybe if me and Joe both are convincing Andrew to try it, he might do it. Andrew wasn't interested in doing it. He said it because it's not his kind of game. And it's like, yeah, but you're running around shooting stuff. I mean, how much fun? You're shooting bugs and robots. How much more fun can you have? So we'll see. We'll see what we can do about it.
Christina was going to take the youngest grandchild to the movie last night.
Yeah, what was it with all that?
They went here in Winchester, which Kevin and I...
Mistake number one.
Kevin and I never go to the one in Winchester.
It's like going to the theaters back in the 80s.
Yes.
That's what the theaters are like.
Yes, because you can hear...
Oh, yeah.
You can hear the theater next to you in your theater.
Yeah. Anytime, I remember going there once and they had like the Avengers or something playing next to us. Every time they would do one of those big bassy battle scenes, you could hear it like vibrating the walls. It was awful.
Yeah, and the seating is, or at least last time we went, I
Who
think they updated it.
Who knows what it is now?
I do think they may have updated this. I'm not sure. But anyway, it is like it's like going back in time, and it's not that old, honestly.
Well, a lot of that had to do with the seating. If they changed or updated the seating, then it might be better now.
Well, she took Evie to see Trolls, 4 or something? I haven't seen any of them. Have not seen one.
Never seen the first one either.
Have not seen one Trolls movie. But she took Evie to see like the 4th Trolls movie. And they got their popcorn and they sat there and they in the theater they sent Gavin and Marco a message, and something's dead over there.
Wow, there's a lot of buzzards over there. It's like 6 of them.
So they sat there and they ate their popcorn, and the movie was supposed to start, and they waited, and they said they were working on getting it going, getting it fixed. Well, I don't know how long they sat there, but they never got the movie working.
Wow.
They never got it working. They poured them a big driveway back there.
I saw that. I thought maybe they were going to do a garage there.
They might.
So they never did get to watch the movie?
No.
So
they gave them, they didn't give them their money back. They gave them tickets.
Isn't that typical?
Well, it is, because they've got their money and they know they'll have to come back.
Yeah.
If you gave them their money back,
I bet you if they had
insisted,
insisted, they could have got their money back.
I don't know. I don't know what their policy is.
That's true.
But the thing is Christina asked the woman, well, what's coming out? And the woman said, oh, I think Kung Fu Panda's coming out. And so Christina tells the kids, oh, well, we'll go see that Sunday. Well, Kung Fu Panda, according to
It's like a
Internet
month
Movie
from now.
Database, is not coming out till March 8th.
Yeah, okay, so like a couple weeks.
Yeah, it's not coming out till March 8th. And so I told her this morning when she picked Gavin and me up, I said, that movie's not coming out till March 8th. She said, well, she told me. And I said, well, you'll have to go see something else, or, you know, or not go this weekend because it's not coming out till March 8th. So,
That's a shame that it wasn't working. Of course, they're all on, I can't believe it's not working because it's all satellite. I mean, they don't actually have films anymore. It's all beamed to them through a satellite dish.
Okay. Was it yesterday that AT&T was having all those problems?
Day before yesterday.
Oh, okay. Because I'm wondering, does that have anything to do with anything?
But you never know. But that was Thursday.
Oh, okay. And we're talking, this last night was Friday.
Yeah.
So, yeah, but I'm just thinking if you have trouble with any of that stuff, who knows? So while Kevin was playing the game with Andrew, Gavin and Amelia and we played games. So Gavin had brought over 2 games, and I'll try to insert some clips.
Yeah, that one was really fun. I played both of those games for a little while before me and Andrew got on.
That's true. Kevin did play those games.
The buzzer game was it was okay, but I enjoyed the cat game.
I think the buzzer game is more to get to know people. It's a get to know you type game.
That's true.
There's no wrong answer, and that's good for kids. And it's all just,
we have a game that's kind of like that, where you try to guess what that person's going to say.
Loaded questions.
Okay, it's similar to that kind of game.
Yeah, but this is easier.
Yeah.
But then Kevin went to play the game with Andrew, and then so Gavin and I played Sorry, and he won. And so
is that because you feel bad about putting it back, or do you?
Oh no! I put him back twice. I said.
I was gonna say, do you feel bad so you don't do it, or did he win fairly?
I said no. It's just me and him. So when you get a sorry card, guess what? There's no one else to put back but him.
Yeah.
And I told him, I said, this is what it means. Sorry. So no, I put him back twice, and the sucker ended up winning still.
That's funny.
He was thrilled to death.
Yeah, he Marco'd his dad because I heard him on the game.
To put his name in the box, because that's one of those games where we write the date and who won in the box. Well,
which is so fun, by the way. If you don't do that, you should do that on the board.
Yes. And so what's funny is he had already won the 2 previous times, like back in June against me, and then he won this game. So anyway, he won, and it was close, but he did win. And then Amelia, she had been watching Powerpuff Girls. I think she's watched that whole series like 5 times already. But she was watching Powerpuff Girls, so she came in and we played Candyland, which we always play because that's something we can all play easily. She won that.
Oh, that's good. She usually doesn't win the game.
No,
so.
She won that. And then I have these Candyland cards, and we play a match game. And so we laid them out all on the table, all the cards, and we just flip over 2 cards, and it's a matching game. And they have really, really good memories. And Amelia was helping me. It's so funny that Amelia is very competitive when it comes to other games. But the match game, she likes to help you.
I think she's showing off that she knows it.
That she knows.
Yeah.
Because she'll tell me that one and that one.
Yeah.
And I'm like, so I ended up getting the most matches, but I told her, I said, Amelia, that's because you gave me like 3 of these at least, these matches. And then we played, on the dining room table, I put up a point system, like from 10 to 50, 10 closest and 50 furthest away on the dining room table, because our dining room table is really long. It's like a conference room table. And I took the icebreakers mints. Yeah, Kevin can show you. These, I have like 5 of them.
So you play shuffleboard.
Shuffleboard, yeah. I
on the
did.
dining room table.
And we were,
That's good.
yeah, we were seeing who could get the most
Would you put little
points.
Post-it notes on the
I
table?
put Post-it notes on the table.
That's
with points.
good, cheap way to play a game.
And then I said, let's make it harder. And so I got my change out of my purse, and I had a bunch of random change.
Yeah.
And so it was harder with the coins.
Oh, you had to slide those down?
Yeah, we had to slide the quarters and stuff like that down. It was harder with the coins than it was with the icebreakers because those slide really nice, whereas the coins don't.
Did they get hooked on the little dividers for this?
On the coins they did, but the
icebergs would, yeah.
But now Kevin and I, the way I got the inspiration for that was, which Gavin says he plays something like that on Minecraft. He said, I've done this on Minecraft. He said, I know exactly how to play this game. I don't know.
Shuffleboard like that?
Yes, he said they do this on Minecraft.
There's a server that has all kinds of weird games.
Well, he knew exactly what he was doing. Well, what gave me the inspiration for it was Kevin, a while back, like at Christmas time, he was watching this family play these games.
Oh, yeah, all kinds of games.
And at Christmas time, they had prizes. So, like, instead of having points up the table, like you're trying to get a certain amount of points, they had a prize. And if you could land on this line, you won this prize. And I think it was money. Like, if you could land on this line, you would get $1. If you could land on this line exactly, you would win $5. And so that's what gave me the inspiration. But they were completely happy with me just,
they like those kind of games.
Oh, yeah. So,
how about cheap? I mean, it didn't cost you anything.
I tell you what else we did. Gavin has this container, we keep it at our house, because they used to be Kevin's, of these Minecraft men. What do you call those little men?
minifigures or whatever.
Minecraft minifigures. They're about this big. And
about the size of a Lego character.
So I carried that Rubbermaid container in the kitchen, and I told him, I said, you stay in here, and I picked out 10 different ones. And I said, you stay in here, and I'm going to take these and hide them. And then you can come find them. And I said, the rule is they cannot be under anything. Like, you can't hide it under a cushion. It has to be visible. And so you can't put it in a cabinet or a drawer or something like that, because I didn't want them going through my cabinets and drawers and stuff like that. So I said they can't be hidden. It has to be out where you can actually see it. So we ended up, we hid them in the kitchen, we hid them in the dining room, we hid them in the living room, we hid them in the den, and then for the finale, the grand finale, we took like 20 of them upstairs. And there's 3 rooms up there that are basically completely empty. And we hid them upstairs, and we could use all 3 rooms plus the hallway. And we hid them up there for the grand finale. We had a blast. That probably took up an hour a time of us hiding. I mean, it was like an Easter egg hunt, except it was with these little figures. But you could do that with anything. You could take any figure, any you don't even have to have a figure, anything that you have at home, paper clips or whatever, and just see if you could find them, you know. And they both loved it. They really did. And then what else did we do? Oh, Kevin cooked dinner. So Kevin made breakfast for dinner because they really like.
That seems to go over well with them because they're willing to eat that.
We make sausage and bacon, and we make the Pillsbury Grands biscuits.
Yeah, the frozen kind. Yeah,
they're delicious.
They're very good biscuits.
Very.
Why would you ever make your own?
I don't know, because they're good. And then eggs, fried eggs.
Yeah.
And they eat that really well. And so then Kevin played for a little bit longer, and me and Gavin and Amelia watched a movie alone. We watched one called The Spiderwick Chronicles.
Oh, yeah.
Apparently it's a series of books.
It is.
Okay. We watched this movie, and
was it good?
They loved it.
Did you like it?
Yes. Yes, I would watch it again with you.
It seemed like what's it about?
It is so good.
Isn't it like a magic kind of?
It's goblins. It's these goblins and these like troll things. They look like big toads.
Okay.
And It kind of reminds you of like American McGee Alice when she goes in and there's that big toad she has to fight.
Yeah.
These look like those big ugly toads. And one of them has like a pirate.
I don't think I've seen that one though.
Oh,
I
it was
thought I'd
so
seen
good.
it, but is it a cartoon or a real life thing?
It's real people.
Oh,
And it was really good. Okay, you know the
But I knew
woman,
the books. I knew they had a whole series of books.
you know the woman who plays in Fried Green Tomatoes as the Ruth, the friend.
Yeah.
Not
yeah.
Idgie, but her friend Ruth. She's the mother in
The
this.
dark-haired girl.
Yes, she's the mother. And there's
I'm thinking that movie's been out for a while too.
Oh yeah, it's an older movie.
Yeah.
Yes, it's an older movie, but it was so good. It's very clean.
Well, I tell you what, it got Gavin excited enough to where he was telling his dad and his mom that we watched a movie and it's a series of books and I want to read these books.
Yes.
So, hey, anytime you can watch a movie and it gets a kid excited about reading the book that is that book, that's awesome. You know, that's great.
So he, he loved it. He said, "This is a great movie, Nanny." And
I'm glad he liked it.
yeah, it was good, and like I said, clean. There's no cussing in it. There's
and then we went to.
And then we watched. Well, I love introducing kids to new books, new movies, and I knew that they had never seen the movie Gremlins.
Yeah. So Andrew had to get off because he had to go to work today. So.
Yes,
So
he had to get up early.
So I got off the game.
Kevin got off the game, and Kevin came out, and we all four watched Gremlins.
Yeah. What was the first thing I said when you said you wanted to watch Gremlins?
You said you didn't know it.
I said, "Are you sure you want them to watch this?"
And I said, "It's PG. It's
PG.
rated.
It's like, okay.
It's rated PG." So I thought it's rated PG, so I can't get in trouble for showing it to them because it's rated PG. And
yeah, the parents guided.
yeah, so PG, and you know what?
There's only a couple of spots.
There's a couple of spots, and there's.
I'm thinking about the science teacher under the desk.
Gavin said, "Is he dead?"
It's like, he's dead.
Yeah, he's dead.
He's got a needle stuck in his leg.
Yeah, they killed him. So that movie, it takes place at Christmas, so it's
technically a Christmas movie.
It's technically a Christmas movie, yeah. And
if,
I mean,
if Die Hard can be a Christmas movie, this one's definitely a Christmas movie.
This one's more Christmas.
I know that's
than
what I'm
Die
saying.
Hard
This is even more Christmas
because
than
they play. They're playing the Christmas music, and I mean, there's Christmas things that you see.
There's a
throughout.
Santa Claus in it.
There's a Santa Claus. There's a snowman's head.
There's a snowman's head.
There's the Christmas decorations and houses and stuff like that. But they watched Gremlins, and they didn't seem to have any trouble.
No, they turned their head a couple times. Amelia did.
Amelia did, yeah.
And you know that movie still is a pretty decent movie. I mean, it's cheesy, but it's cute.
Yeah, it's one that if I don't see it for another 10 years, it'll be okay. But I hadn't seen it in a long time.
Goonies is another one of those movies that'd be like that. I haven't seen Goonies since I was a teenager.
Yeah, I couldn't
watching it on HBO
about.
Or something, you know, on cable. That's how long it's been. So I haven't seen, but that's one of those movies I could probably watch again and get something out of it.
Right.
Because I haven't seen it for so long.
Yeah. Yeah, I haven't seen that in a while. I told Kevin, the movie that I would like to watch with them next is Adventures in Babysitting.
I don't think they'd like that.
I
That's
do.
Boring.
Kevin thinks it's boring. It is not boring.
All they're doing is running around.
But it would be interesting to them. Gavin likes seeing kids his age.
I guess.
And Andrew liked it. Andrew still remembers that movie. Andrew really enjoyed that movie. So then after that, we just went to bed because it was late. It was like 12:30 when we got in bed, and so we went to bed after that. And this morning, Christina was picking them up. Of course, we head over to Lexington. That's what we've been doing this whole time, is heading over here. We're headed to Target actually, and she was going to Costco. So. They were going to go shopping at Costco. So, but I think they had a really good time. And I know I loved playing those games with them.
I enjoyed playing when I was playing with them. That cat game I really enjoyed. It was fun.
Yeah, I don't remember. I'll show you. You'll have seen it in the video.
Yeah. I mean, I could see where it would get very repetitive, but and kind of boring after a while, but it was fun for the few times I did it.
Oh yeah. A couple weeks ago, we went to, we were in World Market, and this little friendly face poked around the corner, and she said, "Are you Ashley's mom?" And it was a friend of Ashley's. Her name is Nicole. So we met Nicole a couple weeks ago with Wade, her husband, and we probably stood there and talked for half an hour to them. And I was so glad to meet both of them, the wonderful, wonderful people. But that was in World Market. So today we walked in, there's a reason I'm telling you this. Today we went in World Market, and who was there but our friends Deanna and David, and it was just so funny because it's like, this is the meetup place, is World Market, and
we don't see anybody anywhere else.
No, we usually don't run into anybody except for World Market. That we really, really need a Jungle Gyms in our area. Because
now, everybody that goes there says they love it.
Yes, yeah. So I'm just shocked that Jungle Gyms doesn't expand, because they only have those 2 locations in that same area of Ohio, and they don't have them anywhere else. So it kills me. But I thought that was funny that twice now recently we've ran into people. But anyway, I wanted to tell you. A couple weeks ago, Amelia, our middle grandchild, she was selling Girl Scout cookies, and I think they're still selling Girl Scout cookies.
Yeah, they were out in front of Walmart too.
Oh yeah,
on the other end,
yeah. We just left Walmart, and yes, we bought Girl Scout cookies from our granddaughter. This is the last year they are selling them for $5. So what I did not know is apparently when you sign up with these groups, when you sign up to be like a troop, you're going to form a troop, or I don't know how it goes, but you sign up for, I don't know, you sign like it sounds like a contract for so many years, right, that you'll have the prices the same for that many years. And so Sheila, Amelia's troop leader, she said this is the last year of our contract where we can sell them for $5. So we made sure we got ours. We would have bought them from Amelia anyway, but we made sure we bought ours from Amelia because we got them for $5 a box. Everywhere else they're $6 a box. So they keep going up, but you have to consider it a donation. You absolutely, because you can get the same. Yeah, because
the number of cookies seem to be going smaller and smaller. It seems.
I think Sheila said that too.
Because it seemed like when I was a kid, there was a lot of cookies in the package.
Yes.
And now it seems like you don't hardly get anything.
Let me tell you something funny. I was listening to Bob and Sherry on the radio, and Sherry was complaining about the exact same thing about the Boy Scouts that I have said.
What, the popcorn?
That the popcorn, that it cost you that it's so expensive. And she said, she didn't say it's crappy popcorn, but pretty much she said it's horrible quality. She did say it's bad quality. And
we've never bought it. So.
No, we haven't bought it. But Max, he's on the show, and he said that he has bought it before, and he said it took me years to get through one of those bags.
Unless you're popping popcorn every weekend.
Because, can you hold your hands up to show? It is like, oh no. I'm talking like, it's a huge.
I didn't think it was that big.
Oh, no, yes, it is.
Yes. See, I've never actually looked at this.
It's like, it seems like it's a bag
like
about this.
Like a big bag of popcorn.
But it's uncooked.
Right, but it looks like popcorn bag size.
Right, it's the size of a popcorn bag, but it's the kernels.
Yeah, it would take you ages.
And they're like $25 or something for a bag, and she was saying it's a ridiculous price. It's too much, and the quality is horrible. So she was on the radio saying, please, if you're listening, Boy Scouts, sell something different. Sell something different, because people would buy, we tried some meat sticks. There is a meat stick company that does fundraisers. That's all they do.
Cheap. They were relatively cheap for a stick.
And it's like if they would just sell meat sticks, that's different
People
than the
would buy
Girl
them,
Scouts. People would buy
Maybe they don't
them.
want to be related to meat products. Like, who knows? You know, the places, all these clubs have gotten so careful about what they put their name on that
You know,
sometimes it's funny.
You eat what you want to eat, and I'll
That's
eat
what I
what I
think.
want to eat. You know, and you don't need to worry about me, and I
It
don't
makes
need
you
to
feel
worry
any
about
better if
you.
we pop popcorn. It's going in bacon grease.
Yeah, really. Yeah, so it's still gonna be cooked with pork. But the reason I'm telling you this, the reason I got on this conversation is because they were selling their Girl Scout cookies. Yes, please see me. They were selling their Girl Scout cookies outside of a certain place. And outside of this certain place, this building, there's a food truck. Andrew had, before Kevin and I came up to buy the Girl Scout cookies, Andrew had placed an order for him and for Gavin. Christina ordered for her and the girls separately, I think because she was busy at the time, and so she put her order in separate. So just Gavin and Andrew got their order. They ordered fried pickles, right?
Fried pickles and a grilled cheese.
A grilled cheese.
And
Gavin
then
got a grilled
hamburger,
cheese.
and I think Andrew got fries, but I can't
It looked
swear.
like fries.
Yeah, they were seasoned fries because I remember eating one.
That's right, and they looked like they had a ton of
They had
seasoning on them.
Lowry's seasoning salt on them. That's all it was.
Okay.
So they were regular fries with Lowry's on them.
So Andrew made the comment, don't ever order your meal from this particular food truck. And we were like, oh really? It wasn't that great. I said, your cheeseburger looked okay, but it didn't look that great to me. But I wasn't gonna say, I don't think it's right to somebody get their dinner and you say, well, that doesn't look good at
Look
all.
great.
So I wouldn't do that because I think it's
I do have to say
rude.
the fried pickles were pretty good. I ate one.
You ate
They were
one of
spicy.
those? Well, what floored me,
And the grilled cheese was okay. It was just on Texas toast with some cheese. I mean, it wasn't anything
nothing
special.
major.
Yeah.
Well, what floored me was the price.
Ridiculous.
He said that for those things that we just told you, let me see if I can avoid this. Is that a skunk?
Dead animal.
He said that he paid, it was like
$35.
Yeah, I was going to say 36.
Yeah.
$36 for a meal for him and a meal for Gavin. It was
And
basically,
keep in mind, Gavin got a grilled cheese and fried pickles.
yeah, I mean, there's no way.
Especially for it to be mediocre when you got it.
I think that is absolutely crazy. I just think it's crazy to pay that much. And see, the thing is too, a lot of you all watching, you have probably eaten a lot of food truck food. And so you probably know that maybe it is really expensive. Maybe it's always that expensive. I was under the impression if you were eating food out of a truck, it would be cheap. But apparently, the only thing
They say it's really expensive to run a food truck.
wonder why.
I don't know.
The only
guess the
thing
grills
that
and all
I
that
can
stuff, I don't
remember eating out of a food truck is a funnel cake.
Yeah, like carnival food trucks.
Yes,
Yeah.
and that's it.
I don't know, because they were talking about having them at the school where I work.
Oh yeah.
We have a campus that's kind of, it's not really, it's close to downtown, but it's really not close
It's not
enough
close
to
to
any
anything,
restaurants or anything. I think there was a Rally's. There might be a Rally's still within walking distance, but even that's 2 blocks away, I think. So they've been trying to get and encourage food trucks to come to that campus.
Which is a good idea.
And it is, but they said there's a certain, for our particular college system, there's a certain kind of license. They have to have a certain kind of license, like some kind of liability insurance license, and a lot of the food trucks don't have it. So they can't serve food there because of that rule. It's not a college rule, it's a system rule.
Oh.
So they don't have it, so they can't serve food there. And he said, and the ones you get, they want to charge you really like luxury prices. And he said, these are students we're talking about.
They can't afford
They can't
that.
afford that stuff. So what they've been trying to get them to do is get a a special student meal that has regular cheeseburger or regular fries, nothing fancy, just regular stuff, not truffle fries or whatever. Just get regular fries and give them a discount, and then you can still sell your fancy stuff to the people that want it, but give a student discount to the ones that can afford it.
Right.
But they just really haven't had a lot of luck with it. They've been trying.
I know last time we went to Walt Disney World and we went to Disney Springs, they had a whole section, they had a whole area down there of food trucks. But now, of course, we had made reservations at that Raglan Road,
right.
which was...
It was a one-time.
It was a one-time thing. The entertainment was wonderful. Yeah. I loved it.
Yeah, the entertainment was better than the food.
I loved watching those dancers. What do you call that? The river dance? Yeah. I love watching that kind of dancing, and it was very entertaining, and the singing and the live music. It was just,
that was really good.
It was fantastic. The food, no.
Really, you're paying for the experience.
You're paying for the experience, and the atmosphere was a really nice atmosphere, very lively. They had as many tables shoved in there as they could get.
Oh, they could. You did have enough room around you, but the people were right next to you.
Yeah, they're right on you. But you know what? It's so loud that you
can't hear anybody talking.
And that's the thing. Kevin and I are in the middle of a video right now. We're watching a video where someone is eating at a very, very, very expensive restaurant. Fancy. A place that we would...
Well, they basically said two people eat for just a little under $1,000. Yeah.
Two people, $1,000. And the thing is...
It's crazy to me.
I know. We could not. No.
If I did it, it'd be purely for your all's benefit for video.
We would never get the money back out of it. I don't make that kind of money on YouTube. We would never, ever see that money. We would never recoup that money. It couldn't happen.
Not unless you donated.
But the thing is the thing that I said I liked about Raglan Road is it was so lively and it was loud, and so we felt completely comfortable talking to each other at the table because
filming our food.
Nobody could tell all that. This guy, he is filming in this very fancy restaurant, and it's so quiet.
Well, there's a girl playing a harp.
But the people, when I saw people eating there before in a different video, there was nothing. No, it was definitely quiet. It's like I
wouldn't want that. I mean, I'm self-conscious of chewing noises as it is.
They felt very self-conscious about even talking to each other across the table.
See, that may be fancy, but that's not comfortable.
No, it's not comfortable because it's like, I can't even talk. I can't even say what I want to say. I can't say, this tastes like doo-doo.
Or this tastes really good.
Or this tastes really good.
Try a bite of I guess you wouldn't share forks of food, would you?
I would.
Try this steak.
I would. We would. They might not want to, but I would. But yeah, it's like, so I would rather eat in a place where I felt comfortable to talk. So given the choice between going to Raglan Road and this fancy place, I'd definitely go back to Raglan Road again. But back to the food trucks, they do have a ton of food trucks.
Hawaii has a bunch of food trucks.
Where Hawaii's at?
Well, they had one right near the hotel that's ice cream. But
it's just ice cream.
There was some kind of mall we went to, that outlet mall.
Yeah, and
it
had
like 5 food trucks.
They had one for Leonard's.
Are you going somewhere?
Yes.
No, she's in the wrong lane. That's why I'm wondering where you're going.
Lane. I'm going to run in Walmart real quick.
Oh, that's fine. Yeah, they have lots of food trucks in Hawaii.
Do you think that stuff's okay in the back? The frozen stuff?
Yeah, it's fine.
Okay. Because I'm going to look on that end cap again.
Yeah.
And see if they have anything different. I know, like in New York, you see these videos of New Yorkers and they get their hot dogs and
little carts on the street.
Yeah,
street
stuff
carts.
like that. That's just not a common thing. Where I think it's common in like downtown areas where
big cities.
Big cities where you're doing a lot of walking and all that. But here you drive everywhere you go.
Think about like New York, for example. One building holds as many people as 20 or 30 buildings around here. That one high rise is going to hold as many offices as you know, 20 buildings here. So
Right.
so you take all those 20 buildings here that spread out over a block.
Mhm.
They can just sit right out in front of that building and people can come down there and eat. You know?
Right.
So I can understand that.
But something that a lot of colleges have, most are universities. Most universities have
Food service.
they don't call it a cafeteria.
It's a food service.
But yeah, they have some kind of a dining room.
Yeah, but those usually have students paying as part of their tuition. First of all, they're staying in dorms.
Yes, they're staying
And
in
they're
dorms.
probably paying for food and stuff.
Yes, they're paying
And
for it.
We're not that kind of college. We're not that big
Right.
a college.
But that's what I was going to say. Kevin's school used to have a cafeteria, and when they had this food program, and then they
had culinary.
And then they quit doing that, and so they don't have that anymore. But it was nice when they did have it because the cafeteria was full. People
And the food was good.
The food was good. Yeah. So
We got lucky.
yeah, I got really lucky. We have a recipe that requires cream of broccoli soup. So if you look up a picture, it comes up with Campbell's cream of broccoli soup. Well, we went on the hunt for cream of broccoli, and we ended up buying broccoli cheese.
Cheddar or something like that.
I think you think it's cheddar or broccoli cheese? I think it's called broccoli cheese. But anyway, it's Campbell's. So it's Campbell's soup, but it's broccoli cheese. And so when we got home, we're like, we know this is not the right thing, but we got it anyway because we were thinking that's all we could get. So when we got home from shopping, we looked, and on the Kroger website, Kroger had it listed, cream of broccoli. They even showed a picture, cream of broccoli. So we've come all the way to Kroger just for this one can of cream of broccoli, and guess what? They don't have it. They don't have cream of broccoli. They had cream of celery, cream of chicken, cream of mushroom,
Cream of onion.
Cream of onion.
Never even heard of cream and onion before.
But they don't have cream of broccoli.
So we're just gonna wing it with the cheese.
We're gonna use the broccoli cheese. But I'm wondering, the reason I'm having a discussion about this is because I would like to know, for those of you who have bought cream of broccoli, is it the same thing? Or have they quit making? Have they relabeled it? You know, like, because sometimes they'll change
I don't think it had. Why would you say cream of broccoli and then change it to cheese? One of them has cheese and one doesn't.
Well, I don't know. Does the cream of broccoli have cheese? You don't think You don't think the creamy part is cheese?
No, I think it's cream, just like cream of mushroom and something like that. It's that
it's
white
that.
goopy stuff.
Just which makes the meal really appealing. The white goopy stuff.
Well, you could probably do the exact same thing with water and flour and just thicken it up. That's all it is.
Yeah.
I'm amazed they just didn't have you do that. But
well, the reason I was asking is because I'm wondering, have they stopped making it? Do they?
Yeah, we can't find it.
Yeah.
You do a search on Google though, it pops up saying Walmart sells it, all kinds of different places sell it, but then you go to those places and they don't sell it.
Right. Well, and now I don't want anybody to think I'll send you some or I don't.
Yeah, we'll be done with the recipe.
We'll be done with the recipe, but then I appreciate it very much. I really do. But yeah, by the time you see this video, I will have probably already made the recipe.
Yeah.
But it's in a cookbook, and the cookbook's not old. They still sell the cookbook on Amazon. It's one that Jean sent me. It was one of her mother's, Jean in Kentucky. And so yeah, it's weird that we can't find it. And it's not just at Kroger that they didn't have it. They didn't have it at Walmart either. Did we look? I was gonna say, did we look at Meijer?
Yeah.
And you can forget Target. Target in our area. Yeah, the Target that we go to, well, actually both of them, I think are very, very small.
When it comes to food sections, yeah.
Yeah, they're just small. They just don't have a lot of space. So I just wanted to bring that up because, you know, if you've used it in the past, if you haven't looked for it for a long time, then give it a look and see if you can find it, because we have not had any luck at all. That's pretty cool.
That's more pieces than the Hocus Pocus is. How's that? That's too big.
The Hocus Pocus set has how many pieces?
It's 2,300, and this has 3,100.
And it's $230 for Hocus Pocus,
This is $200.
and that's 200. Yeah. So they have all kinds of Sonic Sonic the Hedgehog Lego.
Look at the Wolverine spike, the hand, the claws. That's cool.
They have all kinds of. This is really a good place to come for Lego.
Stocked up on their Legos.
Yeah, they have all kinds. And a while ago, there were too many people in the aisle, so I couldn't really show you everything. But they just have a very large selection of Lego here in Target. And the thing is we found something that Gavin wanted for his birthday, and Kevin said, well, I'll put it in our Amazon cart and we'll just get it from Amazon. And I said, you know what though, we have a red card here, and if you go ahead and buy it here, you can save 5%. You're not going to save 5% on Amazon. So we went ahead and picked it up, and we're going to go ahead and get it today for his birthday in July. Yeah, they have penguins and everything right there.
I like the Sonic sets though.
In videos before, I've told you all that when I was little, I'm talking like 4 years old, I used to lay up in the back of the car. The car that I laid up in the back of was a 79 Chevrolet Caprice Classic. It looked like this. So cars these days, cars don't have back windows like this. And so this car, there's a space back here. I'm going to show you another picture. There's a space back here, and it's just a little skinny space, but it's enough for a 4-year-old kid to lay up there in the window. And this part up here had, I think the speakers were up here or something, and it was flat. So this was like leather back here, and it would get really, really hot in that window. Here's another picture. Yeah, so I tried to pick out pictures where you could see that back window. So that leather would get just hot as it could be, but to me it always felt, really, really good to lay up there in that heat. My friend Josh sent me an article about Wendy's, and I haven't talked to Kevin about this, but I thought it would be an interesting conversation for us to have. It's
Surge pricing?
Surge pricing, yes. Have you heard about this?
I read an article on it.
Oh, I wonder if it was the same article.
I'm sure it's from a different person, but it was the same headline, I'm sure.
Was it about Wendy's?
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Yeah, how they're going to do surge pricing next year.
Okay, well, what they're saying, explain to people
From what I understand, the prices will fluctuate based on the time of day, how busy they are, that kind of stuff. So the busier they are, the more they'll charge.
Well, the people from Wendy's are saying menu boards will give us more flexibility to change the display of featured items. This was misconstrued in some media reports as an intent to raise prices when demand is highest at our restaurants.
That's what the article I read.
We have no plans to do that and would not raise prices when our customers are visiting us most. But it says digital menu boards could allow us to change the menu offerings at different times of day and offer discounts and value offers to our customers more easily, particularly in the slower times of day.
So basically, they're not going to raise the price up higher, but they might reduce the prices based on when you visit.
But if you do get it at a reduced rate, then if you come back at a different time, then it has been raised for you.
No, it's still a regular price. You're just getting a discount.
It's a regular price.
I'm okay with that.
But it's higher than what it was when you bought it earlier.
I'm fine with that.
You're fine with that.
Yeah, because as long as it doesn't go over a maximum, like they're not like, okay, here's a median price.
Right.
And if you come during the afternoon when it's really busy and that, we're going to raise it $1, and then we're going to, if you come at night when it's not quite so busy, we're going to lower it $1. I don't like that. Now, if they said, here's a maximum price, and if you come during slow times, we might give you a discount, then I'm okay with that.
Well, apparently there's companies that do this, like Uber drivers and stuff like that do this. So like if you go at certain times, and it seems like,
well, I mean, that makes sense. If they're having to deliver 4 meals at the same time, they're probably going to charge you more because they're having to do more deliveries or something.
Well, and it seems like,
I guess
Ashley told us that the last time we went somewhere, I don't know if it was the cruise or Hawaii or what, but she was telling us that if you go during certain times of day, it's going to cost you more than if you go at other times of day. And so My response to Josh when he told me about this, my response was, I think it's a slippery slope. I think it's a slippery slope because they could, a cheeseburger's $1. They could say, okay, we're going to put $1.20 on there.
That's what I'm saying. But now you're going above the price.
But now you're going above the price. But
so as long as
who's to say they won't end up doing that? Do you not think that's going to be?
I don't know. That's why they're saying they won't do that.
Right.
That's why everybody thought they were going to do that when you start doing surge pricing. That's what that means. But they're saying they're not going to do that. I mean, sure, they could do that. I mean.
But you're perfectly okay with them. You think it's good that they're going to.
Discounts are okay. I mean, if people have told me for years for Lunchtime Review, if you get the app, you get a discount, or if you get a free thing, I'm getting a discount just because I'm using the app. So what difference does it make?
Yes.
You know, if I don't use the app and I go by the drive-through, I'm going to pay a certain price. If I use the app, I'm going to get a less. I mean, what's the difference?
That reminds me, you saying that.
I don't think there's any difference.
A lot of like a Kroger card or something. If you have the Kroger card, you get the sell price. Mm-hmm. If you do not have a Kroger card, you don't get a sell price at all. You are paying the regular price, which is
unless it's actually a discount.
Right.
But sometimes they'll say with card.
With card, most of the time it is with card.
Yeah, most of the time it is with card.
You have to have that card to get that discount.
Smart on their part because they can track your spending. And they know what's getting spent, what's not being spent. You know, it's smart. I mean, it's all data for them, you know, and the data collection, you know, the more data they have, the better they can make your experience good or screw you over. One of the two.
I personally, if I was Bill Gates and had all the money that he has, I wouldn't sign up for any of these cards. I'd be like, nope, I'm going to pay the regular price just because the principle of it. Because I don't think it's right that they make you get an app to get a discount, or they make you
get a member, a reward, or whatever.
Right. Yeah. I don't think that's why we have off and on. We've had a Costco membership or a Sam's Club membership. I don't agree with paying to shop at a store. Why am I paying to buy stuff from you? You should be welcoming me.
It exclusive.
You should be welcoming me through the front door with open arms.
That's the problem, though. They got enough people willing to pay for them to. Well, I'll pay for you to welcome me in.
If people would
if people quit doing it, then yeah.
Quit doing it, and so I guess I'm just more gung-ho on stuff like that than other people, is because I see through the BS.
I'm just thinking, don't shop there.
And yeah, exactly. Well, we're not. We don't have the Costco membership. We don't have the Sam's Club membership because I do think it's absolutely ridiculous that I should have to pay to shop there. Yeah. But I was just thinking when Josh told me that, I thought, it's just an awfully... It would be so easy for them to raise prices, and prices will go up. Just like with anything, when McDonald's started out, hamburgers were, who knows, a quarter. And now they're higher prices. So there is inflation, prices will go up.
Actually, they're probably closer to 10 cents because I remember getting 4 for $1 cheeseburgers.
Really? There will be a point where it
they're going to raise up, but they won't be surge pricing, which is different.
Right. Yeah, it is different. Yeah. But I still think...
See, I didn't read the whole article. Was the whole article about them getting digital signboards?
Yes.
Well, McDonald's has had digital signboards for years.
Right.
All kinds of restaurants have digital signboards.
They can offer specials and stuff like that.
I don't think there's a problem with it. I mean, who cares?
So McDonald's has digital signboards?
Yeah, they've had them for ages. They're big TVs. Basically.
I couldn't tell you the last time I was in a McDonald's.
Yeah. A lot of restaurants have those big digital screens.
I don't know the last time I was in a McDonald's to see the screen, to see any of that. They
basically run a different software on it and something else pops up.
The most of the time I see the stuff like that is like when we're going through the airport.
The big screens.
And I'll see stuff like that at the airport and it's like, ooh, I'm living in a bubble. I didn't know this existed, so I see a lot of things when we're traveling.
Yeah, a lot of things just from changing over from the breakfast menu to the lunch and dinner menu.
Right.
That they have to go out there and physically turn us on. If they're digital, they just push a button and it flips over.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, that's one thing I want to talk to you about. Then I was asking Kevin yesterday, I said, please explain the difference to me between a passport and a visa.
Yeah.
So can you explain that just very generally?
No expert,
No,
but my
very
understanding is passport is something you as that citizen hold to identify yourself in another country when you're traveling.
Yes.
And to get back into your country when you come back. That's
Yes.
basically a passport.
Yes.
It's more for travel.
Right.
A visa is permission to do a certain thing in a country. So if you were to get a student visa,
or to stay longer.
Yeah, stay, but it's usually for a longer stay. But if you get a student visa, that means you're going to come over here to study for a certain period of time, whether it's 2 years, 4 years, whatever the visa is for, whatever you've applied for.
Or you can get a work visa.
Or you can get a work visa. You can get I don't know, whatever kind of visa there are.
Do you have students that have visas?
We have tons of international students.
You do?
Yeah.
It makes you wonder, how do they pick your school? Out of all these schools.
Well, like some of them have, like we're one of the only equine programs in the state.
Now, see, that would be interesting to me. Where are these equine students coming from? Are they coming from like
other countries,
Scotland, or places
all over the place? We're anywhere that we want to know about thoroughbred racing horses.
It makes you wonder where in the world.
All over. They got all over the place. Yeah, really? They've got them from all over.
It's always fascinating to me.
They've had people from Mexico. They've had people from the British Isles. They've had people from Germany. Horse racing is everywhere.
Right.
They have a lot of Arabic speaking students.
Right.
Because they're big into horse racing too.
Right.
Yeah, horse racing is everywhere. So when you want to learn about thoroughbreds, which is a Kentucky, specifically Lexington thing, that's where they want to come. They want to know from the expert. Plus, the whole course was designed by a world-leading jockey that designed the whole program, and he actually teaches there occasionally. So
really,
yeah.
How awesome!
Yeah, so it's one of the premier jockeys.
Seems like you'd have
he's retired now.
To pay more to have a class that's from an actual jockey.
Yeah,
I mean,
and
that's awesome.
Somebody that's won, like actually won, like.
That's an honor.
Yeah.
I mean, it seems like they would have him.
So that's one of the reasons. Now how people found us just to get their gen ed classes, just to get an associate in science degree. Who knows? I don't know.
Yeah, that's always interesting to me.
It could be cost related too, though.
Right. When people end up
cheap.
in Kentucky, it's like, okay.
How did they end up here?
You could have gone anywhere. How did you end up
We're pretty
here?
cheap, though. Our school is relatively cheap compared to a lot of places.
That's why I said months ago, I said the smart thing to do, unless you're going to live on campus, I get it. You got the whole university experience. I get that. But if you're not going to do that, the smartest thing that your kids can do is to go to a school like yours, a community college, and then transfer those credits on, because it's cheaper. You're going to spend you're going to get an associate's degree in 2 years. So all those classes you can fit in 2 years, and then you can take that and transfer it over to someplace else. I think it's very, very smart.
And I don't know if UK still does it. They used to do a blue program. I don't know if they still do or not. I'm presuming they do.
A blue program.
It's where when you transfer over from a 2-year to a 4-year, you get a discount. Not the same cost, but you do get a discount because you're choosing to continue your education with them, so they give you a discount. But I don't know if they still do that kind of stuff or not. I don't know. Not on that side of the house, so I don't know.
Right. Well,
don't do the financial stuff anymore.
The reason I brought up the passport, the visa, is because on YouTube you get channels recommended to you, just these random videos recommended to you, and some of them that are over on that sidebar, it's like, why in the world are they recommending these videos to me? Because I have absolutely no interest in these people and what they're doing. And it's like, you have to click on not interested, because some of these things you don't want to see. Well, I was recommended this channel. I've only watched one video, but this one video, I have subscribed to this girl's channel and I will watch more of her videos. I clicked on it, and she's the whole theme of her channel is she is living as a single woman in Japan. So I'm watching the video, and she's talking about how her parents, I don't know anything about her because I've only watched one video, but her parents tried to get a visa to come visit her in Japan, and they were denied. And it's like, oh my gosh, why would they have been denied? And they say you can get denied because you don't have the paperwork filled out like you're supposed to, or if...
It's weird that they were applying for a visa. It seemed like they could have just gotten a travel passport.
I know.
But it could have been the other country they were coming from, too.
Yeah,
so
see, I don't know. I don't know the ins and outs of it, and she did not explain. She just said they were denied, and they're trying to do it again, and hopefully they'll come to get to visit. Well, if you're coming to visit, it seems like you would just need a passport, not a visa.
Yeah, I don't
So
know.
she didn't say, she doesn't talk. That's what surprises me, is why I liked this video, is because the entire video is she does play a little music very, very sparsely throughout. I mean, it's very sparsely. It's mainly just the noise that you hear organically in the house. Now, I personally...
How do you know what's going on then? Typed?
She's typed it. Huh. So I do not consider this ASMR at all. Because to me, and I might be wrong, maybe I don't know the true definition of ASMR. I've never liked ASMR because I think it's kind of creepy. The people will get on their computer and they'll whisper and they'll try to like titillate you with their voice and these sounds and stuff like that. I do not get into that stuff. But to me, what she does is not ASMR. It is, she went out, the first thing she did in the video I watched, she went shopping. And she's telling you, she's picked something up, toilet paper, and she's telling you this is toilet paper. And she'll tell you it transfers from this in Japanese to this in American. So she gives you everything she bought. Then she took it home. And she's typed out exactly, it's very simple to read, very quick. But you hear her chopping the onion. You hear her chopping.
Just doesn't talk.
She just doesn't talk.
You know, there's people that I've watched that don't talk on videos either, but they run it through an AI program, the speech recognition program, where it says the text for them. So where you can tell it's a computer reading it, but it's not their voice because maybe they don't want to be recognized. But it's the computer generated voice. They've still typed everything out because you have to put the text in to get it. So I've watched people do that. It's always a little weird for me.
It was not, that's what I'm saying. It really surprised me that I enjoyed it.
I wouldn't want to sit there and read all that.
You have to pay attention, is what it is you have to be able to have time to actually watch the video,
sit there and
to read what she's...
I wonder what her view time is. Makes you wonder how many people, is it more view time or is it less view time?
She has a YouTube, she has a thing like I do.
I'm saying, I wonder what her watch time is on each video. Do people stick around and watch the whole video?
Oh, I don't know.
Or do they get tired of that and just click off?
I don't know, because I had watched part of it and I didn't have time to finish it, so I went back to it. I went in my history and I started back up with it.
Would be a video I didn't want.
Because it was interesting to me. Well, I like to see, I'm very interested in how other people live. And like it got me curious about, okay, what is the difference between a passport and a visa? I really didn't know. So that taught me something. It also taught me, I took notes. She had these gloves with batteries and she plugged in the batteries at night because they warm her hands. She said she gets on a bicycle and she rides on this bike it takes her 10 minutes to get from her place to work. And she said if I didn't wear these gloves, she said my hands would be frozen. She put they were like these thin pads that she like peeled off, like some kind of, it's like kind of like a Band-Aid looking thing. And she put them on the pads of her feet, but to keep her feet warm. And they're just like these pads that you just like peel something off and you stick them to the bottom of your feet to keep your feet warm.
I didn't know it was that cold in Japan.
Who knew? And she got them, they came in a box. She bought a thing of them when she went to the store and I thought, that is the coolest thing. Also, she had this thing, it looked like a mobile. Like you put over a kid's crib and it has dangling things. Well, this was like a big mobile and it had like clothespins all over it. So she washed her clothes and then it was right outside the apartment window. And she would turn it and she would hang her towels on it. And so like her stuff's just blowing in the breeze outside her apartment window drying. And I guess this is completely common. Fascinating. And then a friend was coming to visit, and so she rented this, I called it a pod, she called it a capsule. It looked like, I would hate it because I'm claustrophobic. And so she spent the night in this little capsule, and it just, I would not be able to do it. As she said, it had more room than she thought it would have in it, but she had to be careful, like how she moved and stuff like that. That is not for me. And then the last thing I wanted to point out about this that I thought was cool is she showed in this restaurant, you know, like a lot of times when you go in restaurants, it'll have, like in Culver's, it'll have seating for 2. This restaurant that she went in, she thought it was really cool because it had seating for 1. So it was like a booth, but it was like you had walls around you to where you didn't feel self-conscious at all. There was a wall in front of you, and you could sit there by yourself. And I just thought that was the coolest thing. But I do like videos, like I like to see how other people live.
Yeah. The only thing I know of here, the restaurants, I don't go to inside a lot of restaurants to eat, but the ones I know of just have little like, they have like a bar with stools at it where you can sit at the bar and
but aren't you still looking at
no, it's got a wall in front of you, so you don't have to look at people.
Where's that at?
I think McDonald's had one. I'm thinking, Wendy's or somewhere like that had one too.
In the airport, they have places like that.
Yeah, where you can just sit at your table and you're not staring. There's a wall, so you're not staring.
Or you're looking out the window.
Or you're looking out the window.
They have a bar, like a bar up against the window, because
like
we ate at like a Popeyes or something. And then then you can look out the window. So you're right.
Yeah, you're not staring at people behind you are staring at you, but you know you're not.
But you're not. So you're not enclosed, but you still don't feel like self-conscious because you're looking out the window. Right. Oh, that's true. Well, I wanted to tell you all that. It's just because I thought it was an interesting channel. I'll link it below. I know nothing about this girl. I've watched one video from her, but I've just, like, all that was just so fascinating to me. And I thought, well, if that's interesting to me, it might be interesting to some of you too, if you like seeing how other people live. And like I said, she didn't talk throughout this whole video. I don't know if this is the only one and it was just a fluke, or if all her videos, and this is how she did. Because if she did talk, I wouldn't understand a word she said. So I would still have to read.
Right.
Yeah, I'm assuming she's Japanese. She's living in Japan. I don't know. But
her parents were getting a visa. She wouldn't be Japanese. She'd be in another country.
Oh, that's true. Yeah. So I don't know. I don't have a clue. But I'll try to remember to link it below. But thank you very much. Thank you for the Patreon supporters, the YouTube members. I'm trying to be very diligent about posting on Patreon. I'm trying to post more on Patreon. I'm trying to post more for my YouTube members. So a little, behind the scenes type things or pictures or something like that, just that I can share with those members that you don't see on the channel. Something different that they get that not everybody gets.
Right.
So I think it's cool. Hopefully you all do too. So I hope you enjoyed the video, and we'll see you next week.